Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Money is Emotional podcast. I am your host, Christine Luken. Today, we're diving into something that is near and dear to my heart, and this is how to be a conscious capitalist. Now, don't let that word capitalist scare you off. I'm not talking about the greedy Wall Street type capitalism. I'm talking about conscious capitalism. Using the power of money for the good of everyone. That means business owners, employees, customers, communities, families, and yes, even Mother Earth. Now, socialism might sound good on paper, but in practice, not so much. Capitalism, while not perfect, gives us freedom and opportunity. And when we engage in it consciously, we can absolutely make the world a better place, starting with how we earn, spend, and give our money every day. I first heard this term, conscious capitalism, from an organization with this exact same name. Its members are business owners who want to connect purpose with profit. They believe that businesses can serve our planet and their people while growing their bottom line. However, this philosophy of prospering while making a difference in the world does not have to be reserved for the corporate types. So let's dive into 5 ways that you, yes, you, can be a conscious capitalist, whether you are a business owner or not. So the first way to be a conscious capitalist is to pay people well. Whether you're signing the front or the back of the check, this one's for you. As a business owner, paying your people well is a powerful way to embody financial dignity. This is something that my dad modeled beautifully for me when I worked in the family business years ago. He created a company culture that paid people well, gave regular raises, and opportunities to move up internally within the company, along with profit sharing for every single employee, from the top ranks all the way down to the person that cleaned the shop. Now, what if you're not an employer? You can still practice this by tipping generously and paying service providers like your hairstylist, your housekeeper, or your babysitter what they're truly worth, especially if you have a gut feeling that they are undercharging, right? Rather than saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting this great deal and they're vastly undercharging me, be a conscious capitalist and pay them what they're worth, right? Don't be that person that you overhear bragging about how they got this amazing deal at the expense of somebody else, right? Because that person didn't know their worth. So, for example, I overpay people on purpose on a regular basis. There have been times in my business where I have hired someone, maybe to do some work on a book project or photography session. And when they told me their rates and I experienced the quality that they were giving me, I tipped them and overpaid them what they invoiced me, because I want to be known as someone who sees the worth in other people and reflects that back to them. I also want to be known as the generous one who tips like a boss. I actually have a mantra that says, I am known as a big tipper. And in fact, occasionally my dad and I will play this game. We used to do it all the time. We haven't actually done it in a while, but when I would go down to Florida to visit him for a week, we would decide that we were going to tip somebody that week $100. And we trusted that we would know who the person was when we encountered them. So it was usually somebody at a restaurant. And it was just so super fun to make somebody's day like that. So I've also given raises to the person that cleans my house and my massage therapist without them even asking for it because I value what they do for me. So you can use your money to say, I see you, I value you. And that is financial dignity in action. The second way to be a conscious capitalist is to support conscious companies. Where you spend your money matters. Conscious companies are transparent, ethical, and very often give back in meaningful ways. Now, yes, their products might cost more money, but part of that price goes towards things like better wages, eco-friendly practices, or charitable causes. So I'll give you some examples. I love supporting companies like Quince. Quince sells clothing, leather goods. They also sell like linens, towels, sheets, things of that nature. What I love about them is that they offer affordable quality. So you're getting really good quality things without the name brand, label on them, but you're also getting sustainability and ethical production. They overwhelmingly choose organic materials, environmentally conscientious packaging, and they ship directly from their factories rather than to a distribution center. So it goes, once it's made, it's shipped from the factory directly to you. So that creates a smaller carbon footprint. So Quince also believes that affordable products shouldn't come at the cost of worker exploitation, right? We have heard all the horror stories about, these factories in third world countries that are exploiting workers, sometimes even using child labor. We want to know that the shirt on our back hasn't come at the expense of essentially the abuse of another human, right? So Quince only partners with factories that meet or exceed the global guidelines for workplace safety and equitable wages. So anytime that I am using one of Quince's products, whether it is my sheets on my bed, my bath towels, some of the different clothing items I have from them, or my wallet, I can feel really good that those dollars that I have spent are making a difference, right? And at the very least, they're not causing another human or the environment damage or harm. One of the other companies that I buy from on a regular basis is awe-inspired jewelry. Not only do they create beautiful jewelry that I love, they also donate a portion of every purchase to support nonprofits, primarily that are empowering women and marginalized communities.
Dare to enter the Wealthy Woman Book Club, where answers exist to forbidden questions, where women of all ages and income secretly gather, where knowledge is shared, where possibilities are explored, where women claim their power. Dare to stay a spell in the Wealthy Woman Book Club. In this place, we lift each other up. In this place, we start dreaming again. In this place, we see financial miracles. In this place, we grow through the glory and the failure. In this place, we step into a new identity. Dare to champion the Wealthy Woman Book Club. We're creating a future where women are financially empowered across the globe. We're creating a future where our daughters stand on equal financial footing with our sons. We're creating a future where we purchase with our principles rather than price tags. We're creating a future where we use the power of money for the benefit of people and the planet. Welcome to the Wealthy Woman Book Club. Dare to come in, woman. Come in. Join us at wealthywomanbookclub.com.
So it just takes a little bit of homework to find companies like this. So I mentioned two. There's a lot of them out there. You've probably heard of Tom's Shoes. For every pair of shoes you buy, they donate a pair of shoes. There are plenty of companies out there that are engaging in conscious capitalism as businesses. So every dollar that you spend is a vote. So vote for the world you want to live in. All right, so the third way that you can be a conscious capitalist is use your money to care for Mother Earth. It might cost a little bit more to go green, but it is one of the most honorable uses of your money. Conscious capitalism means we don't just take from the planet, we give back and we protect it. Now, this could be purchasing non-toxic cleaning products, personal care products that come in sustainable packaging, or maybe buying organic meat and produce from local farmers. So as an example, this was probably at least a year ago, I switched to Honeycomb luxury bamboo toilet paper. And I did this because I learned that 27,000 trees are cut down every day for tissue products. 27,000 trees every day. Estimates suggest that the average American uses about 384 trees worth of toilet paper in their lifetime. That literally broke my heart. So I discovered that bamboo is more beneficial for the environment because it grows very rapidly. It absorbs a significant amount of carbon dioxide, and it produces more oxygen than trees. So it is a sustainable and renewable resource that requires no harmful pesticides or fertilizers. So unlike trees that take years and years and years to grow, bamboo doesn't take long to grow at all. And so, just doing your homework on some of these things about, how can I be more sustainable? How can I put less plastic into landfills? There's several different companies that I've recently been buying from who have almost zero plastic in their products, and that's something that they are committed to doing. And of course, yes, I will link up those resources in the show notes for you. Because look, we've got one planet, right? And we need to do our part to take care of it. So, yes, I pay more for something that feels better in every way. You might say I'm flushing money down the toilet by purchasing more expensive bamboo toilet paper, but I say I am consciously using my money to save the trees. When you care for the planet, you're making a long-term investment in the well-being of everyone, right? So for you, for your family, and for generations to come. So the fourth way that you can be a conscious capitalist is to buy from women and minority-owned businesses. Every purchase from a woman or minority-owned business strengthens the economic fabric of that community. It circulates money locally, closes wealth gaps, and creates opportunities where they're most needed. You can rail all you want against big name companies like Walmart, Amazon, and Apple, all you want. But the rubber meets the road when you actually support local minority-owned businesses with your actual dollars. And there are so many benefits of patronizing these types of small businesses, including economic empowerment for women and minorities, job creation in your local community, and unique community-centered products. Rather than having something that, 10% of the planet is wearing, if you're buying something from a local business, you're going to get something unique that not everybody has. So I volunteer and financially support an organization called Mortar, which is an entrepreneurial incubator where 67% of their graduates are women of color. I love to purchase from these amazing entrepreneurs. So last summer, when I threw myself a 50.5 birthday party, I hired Crystal Marie of Magnificent Morsels Catering. Everybody raved about the delicious food. And I felt good knowing that my dollars went to support a Mortar alumni. Shopping consciously is not about charity. It's equity building, and it is good business. The fifth way to be a conscious capitalist is to donate a percentage of every dollar that you earn. Giving is good for you. It's good for you mentally, emotionally, and physically. It has been proven in numerous studies that being generous does have actual health benefits, both mental health and physical health benefits. And it's also one of the ultimate acts of conscious capitalism. And here's the thing, you do not have to wait until you're rich to give. In fact, you should start now, even with a small percentage of your income. I started donating to charity the same year I hit financial rock bottom, 25 years ago. And at that time, all I could afford was to give $5 a week. Now, I give multiple 5 figures per year. But I did not start there. In fact, it is best to start giving when your income is small. As the late, great Jim Rohn said, if you can't give $10 out of 100, you're never going to give 100,000 out of 1,000,000. So start now. I regularly give to the causes close to my heart. You can check out the organizations that I support on my website. For me, giving is a joyful and sacred money habit. When you give, you declare that you already have more than enough. That's a wealthy mindset, my friend. If cultivating a habit of generosity intrigues you, I invite you to join me for Becoming the Benefactor on October 29th. During this interactive workshop, I will reveal the heart, mind, actions, and boundaries of the benefactor from my 25-year journey of generosity. You'll also receive your very own customized benefactor blueprint that you will be completing during the workshop that will clearly map out your next steps. So there you have it, 5 ways to be a conscious capitalist in your everyday life. Pay people well, support ethical companies, protect Mother Earth, buy from women and minority-owned businesses, and give generously. Capitalism isn't broken, but it can be upgraded. And you are the upgrade, my friend. You and me. When we make these intentional money moves, we're not just growing our wealth, we are growing our impact. Well, my friend, this is where I leave you for today. If today's conversation inspired you, please leave us a review. It helps more good-hearted folks like you find the Money is Emotional podcast. And if you're not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a dose of financial dignity. Until next time, this is Christine Luken reminding you that you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people love you, including me. Bye for now.